Hey, Draya Love here. Wanted to come to you today on the topic of consumption. And I look at consumption a little bit interestingly. I look at consumption kind of everything, what you consume, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, what you do with your time, all of it. It's consumed inside you, inside your head, inside your psyche, inside your time, inside your space. So it's all consumption, whether you like it or not. We don't like to think that it affects us, but it affects us hugely. I learned that very much so on my journey with the fibro and lupus, and how my body was being attacked in a lot of ways, and how what I did played a big part in what my body was trying to say to me. So my consumption of things, people, relationships, conversation, even things like television. Television shows. What type of TV am I watching? What am I feeding myself all the time? What do you spend your time doing? Are you spending your time doing something to better yourself? Is it something positive? Is it something negative? Is it something to make you worry? Is it something to make you frantic? There's a lot of things that you could be feeding yourself that will be feeding your psyche that are on that consumption level. So you've really got to watch what you consume, because you are what you eat. And again, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, it's all of those things. And this is also things like music, lyrics. I do something a lot during the day, and I have my phone pretty much on random, on shuffle all the time, and I've got a lot of different topics on there. It could be, a psychotherapist. It could be, The Secret. It could be Alicia Keys. It could be, Tori Kelly. It could be Kirk Franklin. It could be a Zen philosopher from the 50s. I get fed information in a lot of different ways, but it's feeding my mind, and it's helping me think and process through what I'm thinking. So if whatever you're feeding your mind all day, you need to think about that. Are you having conversations with people all day that are healthy or maybe unhealthy? What are you feeding yourself? Consumption. We have to start to look at this as different. So I'm not really going to talk about the food and quality and nutrients and things like that, but are we feeding ourselves food, actual food? And then does the food we have even have nutrients as well? So that's a whole other thing, is we are what we eat, and we need nutrients. So that's a big deal. But what are you feeding yourself? What are you exposing yourself to? It affects our body in a lot of ways, and your health and your life is really going to reflect what it is that you're consuming. So when I started to analyze this for myself during my journey, it really changed how I spent my time, what I did with my time, who I spent time with, what I did drastically, because I had to break down what I was doing and its effect on my health. And I really got to see that, like my relationships, the people, the patterns, all those things. So just being congruent with what I'm needing to do that's best for myself, consumption wise. So everybody needs to think about this. We all have to consume things all day. We have to deal with people. We have to deal with life. So why don't you think about your consumption in that way, and how do you spend your time? So if you want your life to be different, if you want your life to be better, look at your consumption. And I hope you can just think about it that way and process it that way, because you are going to change your life depending on what you do with this and do with your time. It's a huge asset. So do something with yourself, do something with your time, get better. Knowledge is power. We are powerful beings, and feed yourself something good. So God bless you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you all, and with love.